The dating app Tinder hooks people up by simply presenting users with photos of potential love interests, and users swipe left or right depending on whether they like what they see or don't. But what if there was a similar concept to finding a job? Well, guess what? Now there is. Joining us this morning is Daniel Mullaney, the man behind the new app called, give me the name again.
It's nspHire, but it's spelled nspHire.
nspHire. Well, good to see you, Daniel.
Well, thank you for having me here. I really appreciate it.
Well, you're based out in Oak Brook, and you've come up with the, is it fair to say this is sort of reminiscent of the Tinder concept, what you've come up with?
It's very similar. In fact, the user interface is very familiar for anyone who actually has used Tinder. It actually looks very, very similar.
Okay. And tell us exactly how this works.
So a job seeker will sign on. They'll log in through the LinkedIn API. They'll quickly populate a profile, and employers will do likewise. If a job seeker likes a job, what they do is they swipe it right. If they don't, they swipe it left. If the employer swipes right too, then it gives them the option to chat in-app.
I got it. Okay, we're looking at some information here that kind of drills down a little bit on it and shows us what it looks like. So what's the reaction been like so far? What are you hearing?
It's been absolutely phenomenal. We have gotten great press coverage. A lot of people have reached out to us. They love what we're doing. The idea just really strikes a chord. The idea of being able to quickly find jobs, to match for jobs, to chat in app, it just makes a whole lot of sense, both for the job seeker and also for the employer. The whole idea of a match concept for jobs is just, it's intuitive.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And so far, how many employers do you have on the site?
Well, we're quickly working to onboard employers that we garnered from a previous venture called MBA Project Search. And we have around 2,000 that we're working feverishly to bring on board. So we're hoping that we can bring those guys on board really soon and get a whole lot of jobs and make a whole lot of matches. So.
All right. And the idea for this came from what?
It was a direct outgrowth of MBA Project Search, which is a freelance community that connects businesses and MBAs on a freelance basis. And we just sourced a whole bunch of MBAs for a whole bunch of different projects, and it just took us a whole lot of time to do everything. Not only to find the MBA, but to look at the resume, to send emails back and forth, to make phone calls, and being able to quickly identify a matching candidate. And to be able to chat in app as opposed to having to trade emails and make phone calls, that's really where the idea came from. Okay.
And so, Daniel, you and four guys out in an office in Oak Brook put this thing together, right? Do I have that right?
That's correct. We are an Oak Brook-based company. Our COO is strong ties to the community. He's a Chicago Booth MBA grad, and it's great.
You're not going to go fly out to Silicon Valley when this thing really hits, are you?
No, we're in Chicago. We're in Chicago to stay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel, best of luck. And again, where do we find it? And it's pronounced nspHire, but it's spelled
NSP and the word hire.
Okay, that makes sense. nspHire. Thanks, Daniel, very much.
Thank you for your time.
Appreciate you coming in. Good luck with it.
Thank you.
Mark's